G'day guys, welcome back. Happy Boxing Day. Hope you all had a lovely Christmas. Hope you had a lovely holiday with your family and friends. So, back into it. Haven't poured for a few days and eager to get started. One thing I want to show you before I get started, and hopefully you can pick it up on this. Now this pour was just Floetrol and paint. So it's got a lovely smooth texture. There's no pitting. It's got no glue in it, so it doesn't have any of those little tiny pits that you get with the glue and water mix. I love glue and water, but I also love how smooth the finish is with the Floetrol. So that's it there. I don't know if you can see. No pitting, nice and smooth. I'll show you one with glue and water. This was my purple one that I did. Now, if you have a look over here, you can see, hopefully you can see little tiny pinholes. Can you see that? I don't know if it's picking up or not. But because the glue and water mix is so thick, and I love the way it holds the cells, when it dries, it gets these tiny little pinholes. Even though I've torched, although I didn't torch after I tilted because I didn't want to bring up any extra cells. So maybe that's why I've got the little tiny pinholes, not sure. But anyway, I'm going to try and see if I can do a pour and try not to get these little tiny pinholes when it dries. You can't really see it. I mean, if it's hanging up on the wall, you're not going to be able to see it. It's only if you look closely that you can see it. So what I'm going to try and do today is I'm going to add just a tiny little bit of Floetrol, just to see if maybe the Floetrol will eliminate those tiny little pits. Not sure, but we'll give it a go. So 60% glue, 30% water and 10% of Floetrol. 600 grams, 300 grams, 100 grams in my litre bottle. So that's it there. Sprayed my cups with silicone oil. So I've got to pouring medium to paint 50-50. So in here I've got 50 grams of pouring medium and 50 grams of paint. That's 100 grams. And I'm going to put in 5 drops of my treadmill silicone in each colour except the black. Actually, I might just do 4 because I've got 5 colours. So that's going to be 20 drops. So that's plenty. Sometimes if I have black and white, I won't put the oil in the black and the white. But I've only got the black today. Do you remember me doing my really bright pour where I said I just threw all my colours in, laid them in the cups and poured them out to see what would happen? And I used a white with the bright colours. Today I'm using the black with the white with the bright colours and no white. So what I can see straight away with the Floetrol is my mix it's really creamy, kind of like it's even got a little sheen to it. And the Floetrol, it kind of does that. It's a paint conditioner, so it makes it nice and smooth. I don't know if you can see that texture. See, it's got a little mound on a mound on a mound. It's quite a thick paint. Mound on a mound. So that's the consistency I'm looking for. Now it was really hard putting these cups in order because if I put the blue with the yellow, it's going to go green. These two will be okay. Purple and yellow, don't know. If I did that and put the purple there, these two might not play nice. So anyway, whichever way I do it, I don't know that it's going to work very well. I'm probably going to get mud. But let's just go for it, eh? So, black in the bottom, and I'm just going to do this. Well, that one looks a little bit on the thick side. I'll just pour them down there, eh? Let's move it around and put that one there. Layer our colours. Oh, that looks pretty. Very bright. So I'm the only one that's up this morning so far. It is 7:30 in the morning, Boxing Day. Everyone else is asleep. If you guys know me, you know that I'm an early riser. So I've come into the studio, locked the door so no one will bother me. So I can have a pour in peace before everybody gets up and I've got to do it all again. Cooking, cleaning. It's just what we do, isn't it? If you're a mum, or you're not necessarily the head of the household, but if you're the one that does the baking and the organising and cooking, you're the one that needs to get up and get everything organised. Once everyone gets up, I need to make breakfast for everyone. We had a few people staying over. So I've got my kids and my husband's brother and his wife have stayed over. So I'll need to feed everyone this morning. So I think I'm just going to do pancakes. Blueberry pancakes for brekkie. How does that sound? And then I've got to clean up the Christmas table. We've just left everything last night. You know, obviously cleaned off all the plates and things like that, but all my decorations are still there. Table decorations and placemats and candles and all that. Whoops, the hair went in. All that kind of stuff still there. I can't see it. So after brekkie, I need to get in and pack away all the Christmas decorations for next year, the table decorations anyway. I have a little tradition that everyone gets a little table gift. So between the entree and the main, we go around the table and everybody opens their little Christmas gift. It's just a little thing. It's in a little pretty Christmas box, and everyone opens it, and it's nothing special. It's just a little trinket really, but it's just a little tradition that we do. Everyone opens one, and it's a little box. Oh, it's probably about that big. So it's really hard trying to find gifts that will fit into the little box. But everyone looks forward to getting their little gift. There's little things like, my husband, I gave him a Rubik's Cube. Brings back his childhood memories from when he was a kid. We had a Rubik's Cube, so he got that. A little portable charger. It was only this big little portable charger for your phone for my sister-in-law. You know, when you're out and about and you run out of battery on your phone, and you can just keep it in your handbag, and it's only big enough to do one charge, but it's enough. Get you out of trouble if you need to charge your phone. So little things like that. Little spray perfumes for the girls. Little trinkets. So it's a fun thing to do, and everyone enjoys it. Let me see if I can pick up some paint that I've dropped. All right. So it kind of looks a bit messy, doesn't it? Layering all around the edge like that, but see how that goes. So I'm just going to, as I have done previously, just flip these over and let the paint run out. I don't want to drag them. Actually, that's what I wanted to tell you. Have you noticed, touch wood, since I've been doing this just flip over and not drag, I haven't been getting many caterpillars. Have you guys noticed that? I was thinking about it the other day, thinking I haven't had to fix my surface, like, you know, drag my finger through a caterpillar for ages, since I've just been doing this flip over. So yeah. Oh, I can see some mud on the top. Paint's all released because of the silicone oil, and I can see a yucky sort of a brownish colour on top. It must be the yellow and the black, or the yellow and the purple, I don't know. But anyway, let's just do this and see what happens, eh? turn this and flip the other one the other way. I tend to get different colours when I do that, which is really bizarre. I don't know why. Ready, go. Oh, more purple. Actually, there's my black. Look at that. Oh, my blue. Yeah, it's funny. You just get different colours when you flip them the other way. Very strange. Pop a little bit of extra paint on the corner. Anything left? A little bit. The paint comes out really well when you spray it with the silicone oil. There's hardly any left at all there. Pop a little bit more on this corner. Probably end up tipping the paint off the corners anyway, but just in case I don't. And there's all my black. I like the black in there, and it's pretty much all gone. Okay. Now, cells coming up. I don't want to over torch. Don't want to over torch. This end bit will have to go because it's a bit muddy. So I'm going to go from really up high. So I don't want to overheat it. I'm going to take my time with it. A little bit too high. It's not reacting yet. I'll come down really slowly. I'm getting some here. Just turn that off for a minute and let's just wait and see what happens. So I've got quite a lot there, some there, so I could do with some more down the side here and down there. And up here in the purple. Over here in this dark colour. Alright, just wait again, see what happens. The paint's quite thick, so it takes a while for the heat to go down and then for the oil to come up. So don't rush this stage, just wait for it to happen. It needs time to be able to go down through the paint, as I said, and then the oil to come back up to the surface. So don't torch too much. And then you'll be sorry because you'll just have too many cells. Just popping a few little bubbles. They're not huge cells at this stage. Floetrol's quite thick, so maybe I need to change my ratio a little bit. We'll see how it goes. I reduced my glue to 60% from 65, so that I could add a little bit of Floetrol. So hopefully, it wasn't going to be too thick. So anyway, my colours, I've got a cool blue from Global, and a bright purple, and there's orange, and this is a bright pink. It's called Hibiscus. It's similar to magenta. If you don't have hibiscus, you can use magenta. Cool yellow, and then some black. So those are my colours. Alright, now the cells haven't come up a lot. See this one here? I like them to be that size after I've torched. These ones here. But they're really, really tiny, some of these, so I'm not sure. I'm sort of thinking it's maybe too thick. Might have to maybe go 60, 35, 5. 60 glue, 35 water, 5 Floetrol. But we'll see what happens. I'm going to get a stick to catch the paint. Let's go off to the side. Do this corner first while I'm down here. Okay, that's off the corner. Come back, paint. looking a little thick. My cells are a little bit hazy. You may remember me saying when my mix is too thick, my cells go hazy. My cells are going hazy. They're not a defined or definite ring. I'm going to do this side. Normally I do there and there, but I'm going to try something different. I'm going to go there and there. Since I've already got the weight of the paint down this half of the surface, I'm going to try that. But yeah, it's a bit too thick and my cells are a bit hazy, so I'm going to try going with a thinner mix. And I've got a little bubble. Pop. All right. Now, where will I go? Let's go this corner here. Paint's moving really quite slowly. So again, it's showing me it's a little bit too thick. Get another stick. Try and save some of this yellow if I can, because I haven't got much yellow on the pour at all. Off we go. Come back. I don't know whether you guys can notice that, what I mean about the haziness of the cells. They're just not a really pretty double ring. And that is because my mix is too thick. But hey, I do like to experiment. So I may just have to, as I said, decrease the amount of glue because the Floetrol is obviously thicker than water. So my mix is thicker than my usual glue and water mix. All right, I'm gonna leave that. Look at that black streak through the middle. Isn't that pretty? So it's more of a dark look, isn't it, with the black? And the orange, I think it's the orange that's gone a little bit muddy. I'm just going to try and straighten that line up. I get the weight of the paint there and then I can move it just a touch without stretching the top too much though. Did it do anything? I don't know. All right. So, as far as experimenting goes, it's a good first step, I guess. But as I said, I'll do the same colours again so you can see the difference a slightly thinner mix makes. And yeah, see the orange tends to be a little bit on the muddy side, doesn't it? So I can see there's bubbles, and I don't want to torch again. There's lots of little tiny bubbles, and that's the glue. But see, I don't want to torch again now because I'll just get like a massive cells coming up, and I don't want that. So I'm just going to have to leave it like that. It's still pretty. It's just my cells, that the outside ring is a little bit on the hazy side. As I said, I don't know whether you guys can actually pick it up or not. See this ring here? See how that's got a really bright yellow ring around that cell? And then over here, they're more hazy. There's one that's got a nice bright one, but this one's hazy. So those are the ones I'm after, with the bright ring around the outside. There's not too many of them. There's a little one there, yellow with a purple center. But the rest of them, as I said, are quite hazy, so too thick. If you're getting that, your mix is too thick. All right, let's take you in for a close-up. I had a mound on a mound, so like when I drizzled my paint in, a mound on a mound, so just one little mound is sufficient, not a mound on a mound. So there you go, that's it there. A little bit on the muddy side. Some people might like that. Sort of a more darkish, sort of moody look. But when I want bright colours, I want it to pop. But yeah, it's just, you know, oranges, yellows, blacks. They don't really work all that well together. Okay, so I'll have another go with the thinner mix and I'll be back for the next one. Okay, bye for now.